Hey, everybody. Welcome to Step into the Portal. My name is the Brandt. Happy Monday morning. Welcome to Monday Morning Marvel. You can see the light coming through my window here. I'm like, super bright. So, hello, everybody. Steve is going to be joining me. He's currently dropping his kids off. So, I'm just going to leave his screen here. I can't actually remove him, and then it's just me. But then I'm afraid he'll show up and I can't actually hear him if I don't have him in the stream. So I'm going to leave him here. Hopefully he'll realize that we are live when he joins us. So good morning, everybody. This is going to be a relatively quick stream. We're not putting a timer on ourselves, but I have a timer because I have to go pick up my daughter and bring her to an appointment. So I'm pretty much cut off right at 10 o'clock. So we're basically going to try to win this in an hour. So our plan today is to play Ant Man and the Wasp. It was interesting. I've seen people talking, and they were saying how they felt like Wasp wasn't an amazing character, had a very expensive kit, hard to pay for things. And I know Ant Man was kind of beloved from the beginning, and Wasp was there. And I thought maybe they had switched places with people. I definitely think Ant Man is kind of the more fun character. This is the one I would give to somebody at first to see how form changing works, because she doesn't really change forms the same way. So I could see that, but I thought it was a little different. Either way, whichever way you look at them, I think it makes sense. Good morning, late night gaming. Look at that. How ironic. And hello, Nolan. Thanks for joining, everybody. Yeah, feel free to say hello in chat. So, hey, Brian. So we are going to be doing Ant Man and the Wasp, and we're going to be fighting Ebony Maw. I believe that Steve is going to try to play Nadia. I know he's playing basic, so he doesn't have an aspect, which I think is legal. Although maybe he'd have to claim one. I'm not sure for future proofing. But we're going to play Ebony Maw here, and I think he's going to try to stay in alter ego the whole game. So he had mentioned to me that he thought Wasp was a good character for alter ego. So I was like, let's go for it. I'm going to be playing aggression, and I'm going to be trying to stun and confuse as much as I can to slow down those activations on Ebony Maw. Is kind of the idea with my deck. We're not going to go through all of these because we're going to jump in relatively quick when Steve gets here. So I've actually set everything up on the table and whatnot, drew out all the spells and everything. So what I did is I went back to Steve's Villain Beyond. Looks like Steve is... Oh, does he have a leadership card in there? It's so funny that I didn't even look at his deck, even though it's laid out there. I guess maybe I can go over mine if he doesn't show up here in a minute or two. Hey, there he is. All right. So what we're going to do, I'm actually just going to go straight to the table so we can jump in.
Good morning.
Hey, ooh, that's loud.
Oh, am I loud? Well, let me just turn my volume off, or...
It's not too bad. It was just all of a sudden in my ear.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I'm not on my usual setup. I'm at the kitchen table upstairs. So.
Ooh, fancy.
No, my wife is working in daytime, and normally she works at night, so it's not an issue. But when she's working in the morning, with the kids running around and I get them ready for school, she goes in the basement, so she takes over my area.
Got it. So yeah, I went back to Steve's Villain Beyond, and he had suggested for theme to do Ebony Maw with Panic in the Streets, but swap out. What is his name? Black.
Yeah, Black Dwarf.
I can't remember his name. Black Dwarf and Rhino. So instead of Rhino, so the card that says "Go get Rhino" will go get Black Dwarf, and then to use I think of it as Feisty Heist, but I think it's actually called State of Emergency.
State of Emergency.
This one here. Yeah. So we're using that one here, which kind of like Panic in the City, Panic in the Streets, kind of that whole thing that represents, is that the beginning of Infinity War?
Correct.
Yeah, so that's kind of the element that we're going to go for here.
Awesome.
So it looks like you are slightly leadership?
Yeah, there's enough, yeah.
Okay. It's so funny that I just was like, oh, I think Steve is basics, and then Brian's like, Steve's deck is right there laid out in front of you. And I was like, oh,
right. I did this on purpose, too.
That totally makes sense, and I didn't even think of it.
So I'm running a recursion deck, but not Maria Hill, because I had enough of that at the con. So
is that what people were doing, or is that what you were doing?
No, I wasn't doing it. I lived through it. I actually played a game with two recursion Maria Hill deck. Like it was
Hey,
it was fun the first time, but after like 7 or 8 plays, like okay, yeah, we have like 17 cards in hand. Yeah, but this is just me. Like okay,
you should have played a Bring It deck with their real deck.
Like 56 cards. I'm like, it's crazy.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, I'm playing aggression. There's not too much to it. I'm trying to stun and confuse as much as possible. And then I played I have the surprise attacks for him, and then I played the press the advantage to try to get my card draw. So that's kind of my plan here.
Yeah, so I'm going to be staying in alter ego. So if you're running the one where we join forces there, don't. I'm staying.
I dropped it. Yeah, I just dropped it. So I'm at an exactly 40 card deck.
Oh, thank you. All right, perfect. Yeah, so I'm going to have most of my resources. I got the 2 powers of the genius, assess, and the 2 meditations. So I have 2 triples, 2 and 3 double resources for the gray stuff. So, and I'm using my ability Nadia as with meditation is basically my hero is a triple resource. So pretty fun.
Yeah. All right. Good morning, Nick. Good morning, Yoda's Hut. Brian is here as well, and Dom, and Nolan. And there was one person above that, which I think was Late Night Gaming. So we got lots of people here watching. We're going to shuffle up. I guess I put myself first, Steve. How rude is that?
You should. You should 100% put yourself
also,
first.
Apparently, I have 2 strengths in my deck. Let me see if I don't have a genius. All right, so that's the issue. So that's easy to fix.
And there you go. Well, I got rid of genius. I got rid of was it lightning and strength? That's the other one. It's energy. Yeah. Okay. Strength, energy, and genius. There you go.
My bad.
There we go.
All right. See what we got here. So we could come out swinging with a drop kick, although we can't draw the card unless we use the Army of Ants, which would be nice to get down.
Oh, Nick, turn 1. 2, 4. Oh, and a mansion. All right. Well, maybe you should have let me go first then. Oh, with the meditation. And the make the call. All right. I love it.
All right. Well, I guess I'm going first because I said it, right?
Yeah.
Oh, and here's everybody's what?
Oh, you know what? Check this out. I'm going to play suboptimally, but it's going to be funny. I'm going to goose. I'm going to make the... Do you need an extra card? Because I can give you an Avengers Mansion out of turn.
Maybe I need an extra... No, I don't think so, actually. I mean, I'll hold a genius if you give me an extra card.
You want to do it? I can make it. All right. So I'm going to call for an action in alter ego, use meditation and make the call, exhaust my character, and play an Avengers Mansion and let you draw a card.
Woo, woo. Hey, it's a combat training, which maybe I can use my genius to play. So.
Oh, there you go.
All right. I am going to flip. Oh, sorry. You have Rubble Storm and Fireball. This is the 2 to all allies.
Yeah.
And this is, or everybody, and this is 4 damage to you, which really doesn't matter. I have the one for allies, and I have the confuse discard a card.
Perfect.
So now I'm going to do the sacrilegious thing and take Ant Man out of his wrapping. It's like playing with your action figures.
Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing, sir?
I will flip to tiny form and play surprise attack with one of my Army of Ants. So he's down to 32.
Sacrilege.
Remove a threat. Then I will... I'm going to use my combat training. I think so. I'll use a combat training and a strength for a drop kick. Deal him 4 and stun him.
Oh, there you go.
I figured with the fast play today, I would play into, like, let me mess with him with status to make it easier. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I'm also running some of that stuff, so...
Huh, I actually wonder if I'm better to hold an Army of Ants than a Genius. Almost better build, right?
Yeah.
Then I'll use my Army of Ants to hit him for 1, and then I will hit him for 1.
Sweet. There's only 4 threat, right?
There's 2 threats, so it's down to 1.
Oh, well, there you go. All right. I will use...
hey, Dan Terrace.
Command Team and Nick Fury to get rid of my Red Room training, and then I will shuffle back a Nick Fury and a meditation in my deck, and we will start the cycle over. Girl. Bow, 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 bow. All right, we're done.
Ooh, I got my helmet.
3, 4, 5. Oh no! I hope you have allies in your discard pile. So, because I didn't think about it. I should have left Nick Fury in the discard pile.
Got it. I do not. I have a Hulk, but I think you'll go first. So,
yes.
All right. We add 2 threat. It goes to 3. He does not attack me. He schemes against you.
Removing 1 and 1.
These both go down. 2 plus 1 is 3. Is it helpful that I always do the math? That is like my thing. I always say it that way.
Yeah.
I think it lets people know what I drew, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Remove 1 from each invocation. Channeling trance and panic in the streets all around.
Oh no! All the supports are useless.
All right. So our supports and personas are useless. Goes to you.
All right. So Avengers Mansion is useless. All right. Well, I'm gonna assess my situation. And then I'm gonna go giant. I didn't want to go to hero form, but I will do it. Go to hero form. I will spend 2 to do a giant help for 4 off of that panic in the streets.
Yep.
And then I'll thwart it for 2, and it should be gone, right?
Gone.
There you go. And
Desperate
then,
act by a desperate man.
There you go. And I have to make the call, and I'll give you the Avengers Mansion.
Ooh, nice, thanks.
Of course.
All right, so then the Avengers Mansion will put down my army of ants. I'll use these 3 to put down my helmet, because that's clutch. I got nothing to stun. So I think I will remove 2 threat and deal 2 damage. And then I actually wonder if this is my chance to flip down. Oh, when you thwart, you could have done 1 and 1, right?
Yes. Was it only at 5?
This was at 5, yeah.
Okay, perfect.
So
yeah, Nick
4
says calling
plus
out
the
the
2, right?
numbers. Calling out the numbers helps.
Oh, perfect. Oh, yeah, because people are listening. That's right. That's the same
Yeah.
thing I do. I put people on and I don't watch them. I listen to them.
There
Like when
you
you're
go.
playing, I'm doing dishes or whatever, you know?
Oh, thank you. I feel so appreciated.
I mean, if I go to giant form and with a smaller hand size, I think I just flip down.
Okay, bye.
All right. Hopefully it won't pop. All right, this is going to 5. I'm going to draw some CADs. Ooh, there's my hone technique if I decide to do it.
Oh, there you go.
I actually realized that was a bad idea because I can't play hone technique with dropkick.
No.
Well,
you can. It's just not as efficient.
That's true. Yeah, you would deal more damage. I guess it gives you a variety, right? Do you want to deal more damage or do you want to draw cards and stun?
There you go.
Gives it some flexibility. All right. He is removing 1 and 1 here.
Did you add the threat as well?
Yeah, it's at 5. So he's attacking you for 2.
I'm just going to take it.
All right. 2 plus resolve each when revealed ability. There are none, so 2 threat on the main. Yikes, that could be bad. So he hits you for 2.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm at 9.
All right. Then he's going to scheme against me. 1 and 1 here. So I have to discard a random card, and I am confused. Random card. It is my martial prowess, darn it.
All right. And you needed that so much.
2 plus 1 is 3. So this goes to 10.
All right, we got 2 more to go. We're good.
He's advancing. That's not good.
No, we don't.
All right, so you take 6 damage.
Oh, wow. Okay, I'm down to 3. Ouch.
No, I'm sorry. You take 2 damage because this one didn't pop.
Okay, I'm back to 7.
2 plus 2, this pops right off the bat.
And then
I guess I should not have flipped down.
It's fine.
Is this shuffle and we each get a card starting with you?
Yep. And we each get an invocation. Yeah, we get another one.
And don't reshuffle afterward?
No, and you don't reshuffle after.
Okay.
And I think it starts at 2.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right, here we go. So you are going to be the lucky owner of a spell card that is known as manipulation.
there you go. Discard a random or exhaust upgrades and support, something like that.
Discard a random card and be confused.
Yeah.
I am going to get a card, spell card. I'm going to get manipulation, man.
He's
Gotta keep manipulating. Man, that scheme popped like nobody's business.
I know.
All right. And an assault. My goodness. Oh, no, it surges.
Yeah.
Missed it. Pacification.
Surge.
Here we go. And a reactor overload. So that's going to go to 3, and then we each have to either take 2 damage or place 2 threat on it.
I'm going to go down to 5.
I'll just take the 2 because I could heal.
Yeah.
All right, passes to me. That's at 3. I don't have a change forms. I do have a Psylocke.
Do you? Can you pitch her so I can bring? I can make the call for her.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out. I'd like to go to giant form, but I guess I could just get rid of this.
Oh shoot! Heal. I forgot. I assessed my situation, right, and I forgot to draw. So I forgot to draw. I draw an extra card. There's a Professor X. All right, cool.
All right. After I change this form, I heal 1. So no good. So I'm going to go to this form. I'm going to pull 1 threat from here, and then I'm going to remove it.
Do you want a card?
Oh, I can't remove it because I'm confused.
Yeah, don't worry. I got 6 threat removal with Professor. We're good.
Okay. I don't think I need a card. I just drew Nick though.
Okay.
But I think, as we always say, he's a trap without a double.
He's a trap without the double.
So
you could pitch Nick for me. And then I'll make the call for him right now. And then with 2 powers in all of us, I'll have some fun. Right.
So I will pitch Psylocke, Nick, and a Pim Particles to play Mockingbird, draw a card, and she will stun.
Hey, while you do that, I'm going to make the call for Nick with 2 double grays and draw 3 cards. Nice.
All right. So then I could either get Hone Technique down or do a subpar drop kick. So I might as well get the Hone Technique down.
Might as well.
All right. And then I'll just thwart to get rid of this. And unless you're going to take care of threat, huh?
I'll take care of threat.
Whatever. I can only deal 1 damage. I might as well get rid of it.
All right.
All right. I'm good.
Okay. So we got Nicky McNick. So how much threat is on the overload?
2.
There's only 2 left? All right.
Yeah, because we both took damage.
All right. So Nick Fury's going to take care of it. And then how much is on the main?
2.
All right, then. We are going to flip down and recover. We'll go to 8. Then we are going to use... You didn't use the Avengers Mansion, did you?
Nope.
We're going to spend 2 for Ingenuity. I'm going to use my girl ability to shuffle back a Genius and make the call. And then maybe I'll draw into my Genius again and play it twice in the same turn, which would be broken. I'll draw a card. Oh, it's Nick. He's already out. All right. So we did play the Ingenuity. So I think what we're going to do is I'm going to spend 1, 2, 3 to play. Oh, wait.
We're doing the counting thing again?
No. I'm going to spend McNichols, Ant Man, and Ingenuity for 3 to play Professor X, which will confuse our friend. I don't know what's happening. And then for 3.
What is for 3?
Thwart for 3.
Oh, thwart for 3. Yeah. Sorry.
And then I forgot I was in giant form, so Red Room Training would have retaliated on him for 1.
20.
All right. So he'll take 1. And then I'm going to keep this team training and command team to get rid of stuff and then be all good.
So I actually think they're right. Like, if the challenge was you have to stay in alter ego, right? Which, we've seen. But I actually think it's interesting that you were like, okay, this is what my deck wants to do, but right now, this is what I need to do, right?
Correct.
We need to get rid of the thing that controls the support. So I think that's kind of neat to build a deck that's meant to go to alter ego, right? It's kind of like building an aggression deck, but this is the turn where we have to get rid of threat. So I've got to help with that,
Yeah. Cool.
Simple but cool. All right.
2, 4, 5.
I'm just going to grow and shrink all day. You can just call me Alice.
All right, you're done.
And then I got a Professor X, so I can confuse, and then I can play my press the advantage. So, as Steve would say, perfect.
Perfect. He's already stunned and confused, so he's doing absolutely nothing this turn.
Nada. All right, so stunned and confused. We don't have any people in front of us. None of these tokens come off. And then cards go here. Man, he loves drawing these advances, though, huh?
He loves it.
All right, so this will clear. This is going to kill Mockingbird. Wah, wah. I go to 8. And then he will scheme for 2 + 2 is 4. This goes to 6 because 2 + 4 is 6.
Wow.
You are exhausted, my friend. Do you have a meditation in hand?
Nope.
All right. And care for Cassie. So I guess I will flip.
There you go. And you heal for 1 when you flip.
And I heal for 1. All right, passes to you. Nick is out. Back in my discard pile.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to spend Pinpoint Strike, Pin Particles for 2. I'm going to play Iron Heart. Draw a card. It's a Triskelion. All right. You're playing Nick, you said, right? This turn, or Professor X?
Probably Professor X.
So I'm going to spend 1 because I could put the regroup in, or I'll just shuffle it back in. So 2, I'll play a command team. So now Professor X can give it to you. Is that what D20 says?
Wait, what?
X is going to give it to you. I think he said that. And then I have the team training. I know what? I'm just going to pitch this and for 1, I'll put the Triskelion. I'll give you the extra card because I'm a nice guy.
Steve, what did we say? There was 14 people watching the last time I looked, and it's down to 7.
Oh, man.
Probably people checking in as they get ready for work and then had to actually go,
There you go. So Ironheart is going to take a damage and then remove a threat.
Done. I'm going to have all the threat removal, so she can just deal a damage.
Okay.
All right. I will flip to tiny form, draw a card off of my helmet.
And you drew from the mansion, right?
Drew from the mansion, so I'm sitting on 7.
Nice.
So my ants will punch for 2, 17. Then I guess I just do these resizes. So flip to giant. When I flip to giant, draw a card, heal 2. What'd you say?
I was gonna say, you did you have those giant strengths out?
No.
No, not yet.
No, I pitched 1 for the punch resource on it.
Oh, okay.
And I'm exhausted, so. Oh, but I do deal a damage. All right. I think I just shrink back down because I'm not going to play giant stomp here.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I'd rather think I'll just play Professor X, get all this going. So I'll flip back down, remove a threat, draw 2 cards, 1 off of this and 1 off of this. There we go. All right, and then I will use these 3 to play the Professor and confuse him. He'll thwart for 3. I don't actually know that we need to command team him.
Are you sure? How much is on?
2. I mean, we could ready him and clear it if you want.
Yeah.
All right. I will press my advantage, which I will use the required resource, so it's going to deal 3 damage.
Nice.
And draw a card. Love when the combos come together.
There you go.
I'm going to play Wasp. Aww.
Oh.
Actually, technically, Wasp is not in play. Actually,
No, but
this is Nadia. Yeah, I was
yeah,
like, wait, is it
it
a
is.
different one?
No, it's the aggressive one you could play
All
though.
right, I will use her to press the advantage. Deal 3, draw a card.
Nice.
And then I guess I'll put down my team building exercise.
There you go. Now stuff is free.
Woo! Do we want to use the thing? Is it worth? It's probably worth a token anyway, right?
What?
To clear this.
Yeah, let's do it. There you
All
go.
right. Done.
2, 4, and 6. Double meditation and make the call. All right, now.
You're not through your deck yet?
No.
Oh no! I said something else. Now we're down to 6 people. It's totally fine. I'm not actually worried. It's just funny. I usually can't see it, but on StreamYard it tells you exactly how many people are watching. So it's
Oh, is it?
yeah. Normally, I got to like go over to a different page or whatever.
Okay.
All right, we're adding 2 here. I'm still having fun with this StreamYard thing.
It's fun. I like it, man. I'm so happy you showed me that.
Confused. I know it helps you because now you can play multiplayer games without me, right?
Correct.
Finally, you
Finally.
can break free from the
I
chains of
want
Brandt,
to break
the
free.
chains of Connecticut. All right, he is attacking me. Both these go away. I am confused. He is just dumbfounding me over and over again. And it's my giant strength. So those are not coming out, Steve.
No.
All right, he attacks me for 2 plus 3. It's a black dwarf. Professor takes it because I blocked with him.
Yep.
And then we get our cards. Your card is an abjuration. So we have to deal 2 damage to him to discard it. An offshore inferno. I have to discard the lowest cost card I control. Bye-bye, baby ant. What is it, a school for ants?
Yeah. What is this? A school for ants?
And it's a mastermind. So let's send that one to 10.
All right.
With an acceleration. Have a great day.
There we go.
All right. To
Over
us.
me?
No, it's me, right?
Oh, yeah, maybe. I can't remember.
Maybe.
I can, hey, if you want, I can make the call for Nick and draw some cards.
I'd love it. Nothing would please me more.
All right, I'm gonna Nadia's ability for girl put the professor back in, and with a regroup. Why not? I might draw into the professor too, and then I'm gonna make the call for your Nick Fury.
He's not in my discard pile.
Oh, he's not in yours. Oh, okay. Well, I'll make the call for my Nick Fury then.
Sorry about that. I just realized what you were trying to do.
Yeah, I'll make the call, and then with my other meditation, make the call for 4. Bring back Nick Fury. Draw unos, dos, and tres. Oh, there is Professor X.
Hey, ID Jester.
And then
you still going?
The what?
Are you still going?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I wanted to go first, man.
I told you. I'm gonna meditate and call for an action to drop down Professor X, and we'll confuse our little friend. And I have an Avengers mansion for you because I feel bad now.
Hey, ID Jester, but I know you messed up on my name, but I want you to know that the sailors call me Brandy. So,
Brandy.
All right. Yeah, the mess here is he has that abjuration. So I guess I will resize, go to giant form, ping him for a damage that he doesn't take.
No, yeah, he doesn't take damage, any kind of damage. I messed up on that a couple times.
But I'll swing at him to get rid of the abjuration at least.
Yeah.
And then I heal 2 to go to 12. I actually pulled my endurance from this deck, figuring it'd probably be okay. Then I'm going back down. Unless, hold on, did I have a giant strength? I'm pretty sure I had to remove it.
Oh, how did you? Okay, you were in giant form.
Yeah, no, I was in tiny form. I went to giant form, and then I attacked.
And how do you go back down?
Oh, I resized.
Oh, you resized. Oh, okay.
Then I'm just considering: do I giant stomp?
Yeah, we need some damage, right? You have to be out of here for 9:45.
Yeah. I could team building, Pim particle. Oh, but my Pim particles doesn't let me draw a card, but whatever. I'll put down my Quinn carrier. and then I'll giant stomp him after I swing at him. So that'll hit him for 8. He's down to 2.
Okay.
And then he is confused. I'm confused. I think I'm just going to go back to this form, and I'll remove a threat. I don't even think we care about that.
No.
Oh no, it's got to be those cards. And then I deal him a damage. He's at 1. I guess I'll wait to deal that damage.
I deal 2 with Nick Fury.
Yeah.
So.
Got.
All right. So Nick Fury's gonna punch for 2 and take him out. You didn't even use my mansion?
I did.
Oh, you did use my mansion.
I just didn't announce it to the world.
Everyone,
Steve let me use his mansion.
I let you, dude. How many times have I've given it to you? Almost every turn. All right, I'm gonna spend ingenuity.
Hold on. I gotta go get spells for us, right?
Yes.
So I get a Rubble Storm, no reshuffle, right?
No
and
reshuffle.
You get a pacification. 1 card left.
He's never gonna activate against me.
Yeah, it's true.
All right. 1 in a regroup. I'm going to use Ironheart to punch for 1, and then she'll go. I'm going to use 2 to play Vivian, and that side scheme has no effect. So
okay.
It's blank. Its text is blank.
Sounds good. Wait, it loses its icons?
It loses everything except for traits.
Okay. So it is still a Blazing Inferno.
It's still a Blazing Inferno, but it has no ability. Steve is so nice. Let the world know you let National Steve
Day.
All right. So, how much threat is on the main?
That's awesome, Ice Jester. There's 1. One threat.
Okay. All right. Well, you know what? I am going to remove 8 from that side scheme.
Okay. The blank one?
The blank one. And then where are my? Oh, I brought my wrong button tokens. Oh. So I got the one with the dice instead of the one with the damage tokens and everything. So Professor X took 2, and then she took 2 for thwarting, so she's out. All right, that's it.
Okay.
So I got.
You actually have a blocker for me then?
I got Professor X and Nick Fury to block for you. Oh, finally the med box. 2, 4.
That is blank, so this will go to 3. Yeah, yesterday was Mother's Day here in the States, and today is National Steve Day.
I love it. I love it.
All right. That goes to 3. He is attacking me, and these go away. So I have to exhaust each upgrade I control. I have 2 that don't do anything.
All right, we'll put Nick Fury into the mix.
All right, 2 plus 2. Sorry, this should not go here. So he gets hit for 4. This goes through. Got to keep accelerating. I actually think that'd be an amazing video if I was good at those like YouTube shorts.
Yeah.
I would make a thing with, Offspring come out and play.
Oh, Jesus.
Hey, come out and play. Where I take them out of their things and use them.
You should ask Nelson. Nelson knows how. Nelson and Tony, they know how to do those little short videos.
Yeah, but a lot of people use those like double wide things and everything for the hero thing. You know what I mean? You printed like alternate cards.
Yeah, I did. Well,
I think it's all great. I just think it's funny to like take them out of the sleeve, and people are like,
no.
All right, confused against you. You are such a confusing fella. Gal, sorry. Master plan, just because this offshore inferno will not go away.
Yeah, it's back to 6.
And abjuration. Yeah, it's back to 6. Over to you.
All right. X is gonna go out of here. I'm gonna use my girl ability. Let's put Nick Fury and Professor X back in.
Hey, I just came up with a new challenge. Achievement.
Go.
Get 8 spells in front of you.
That's that's really tough because then you're.
You'd have to be doing this where you're stunning and confusing all the time, right?
Yeah, it would be very, very difficult.
Of course.
I don't know if it's possible because controlling your deck is possible. Controlling the villain's deck is a different issue, right?
Right.
All right, so I will. I have enough. Do you need the Avengers Mansion, or do I?
No.
No. All right. Well,
I
I'll
think I
take
got
it.
4 for a Psylocke, draw a card, and then I've got 3 resources to go to Giant and stomp him for 8. So really, I just need the 2, but I could just swing myself.
All right, I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna play Nicky McNick, and do I draw the 3? Do I actually want a double encounter card here, or do I? How much damage do we need to do?
44, so it's going to be next turn, not this turn.
Okay, well then I'll draw the 3. Oh, there's Moon Girl. Oh my god, I forgot I had her in this deck.
Moon Girl, Professor X, and
Nick Fury.
Nick Fury on the same turn.
It's happening.
It's the dream team.
It's the dream team. All right. So give me an encounter card, please.
Happily.
Oh no, because if I play this, I won't be able to play the other ones. All right. Darn it. Okay. But what I will do is I'll draw 1, 2, 3. I'll spend Moon Girl for 2 mentals. Draw 1 and 2. Oh well, there's a meditation. Oh man, I could have played Professor if I'd have. I'll meditate and play a helicarrier. Do you need a helicarrier? You need a helicarrier?
I don't. I'm at a perfect number right now. I'm going to draw into cards, but I'm good.
All right. Well, then I will helicarrier and my helmet to do a command team. And then Nick Fury will punch for 2. Threat is good, right?
Yeah. Yes.
All right. And then I will command. I'll use Moon Girl twice and remove 4 threat or deal 4 damage.
How much threat can you remove?
4 threat, or I can remove more than that.
I mean, there's 3 on the main, and there's an acceleration I don't think we care about, right?
No. So I'll do 4 damage.
Actually, damage is fine. I have Psylocke. Right?
Yeah. Okay.
So he's going to be confused anyway.
Okay. So damages, and then I'll use my girl. Did I use my girl yet? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Oh, yes, I did, because I shuffled Professor X and the other one.
So Yoda's Hut says, for Ant Man and Wasp, they use clear sleeves that load sideways. As you open them to giant form, then you can put the sleeves on each hat. I think it totally makes sense. I'm really teasing people. Also, I have the massive benefit that, let's just say my card ripped in half. I can go buy the pack at the store that I work for very cheaply compared to everybody else. So I will admit it's just not as big of an issue for me as it might be for other people who might have a local store that doesn't even carry Ant Man and Wasp anymore, right? So
yeah.
It makes sense.
Well, now with Angel being announced, now everyone's going to need those triple sleeves.
There you go. And then Brombe says, I was listening to this on my way into work, and it sounded more like it was Professor X and Nick Fury playing. Oh, this is a fun morning, Steve. This is a fun morning.
There you go.
All right. Let's drop some Psylocke, drop some beats. We used a Pim particle, so we get a drop kick, but we're not going to play it. Psylocke will deal 1 and then deal 1 and confuse, down to 38. I will then pop to giant form, deal a damage, 37, swing for 3. Ooh, I forgot to use my ant on my way up. Down to 33, and then I will Quinn Carrier, team building exercise, and drop kick for a giant stomp for 8.
See you, Jester. Have fun at work.
25.
Yeah, my work is going to start in a little bit too, so I had some time this morning.
All right. I am going to the portal to teach everybody Lorcana tonight.
Oh, that's the Disney one, right?
The Disney one, yep. So kind of this afternoon, everybody wants to learn to play, so I've got decks, proxy
2,
decks.
4, and 6. Oh, well, I can make the call for Saint Nick again.
Nice. All right, we are adding 4 threat, getting dangerously close to 18 at 7.
Ooh.
Confused. And then he is attacking me. Remove one from Rubble Storm, and you have a blocker.
Yep. Nick.
All right. So +3. Nick is out. And then we're getting double cards for you. That's an advance.
Ooh.
So your fireball finally pops. Take your 4 damage.
I go down to 4.
He schemes for 3 plus 0. That helped us out a whole bunch. So this goes to 10. Then he gets a citywide crisis. So you have to discard the lowest cost card you control.
Bye, Triskelion.
And then I get Shadow of the Past.
Nice.
Welcome, Yellow Jacket. And Tech Theft. My tech cards are blank.
Oh no helmet. Do you want me to help you with that?
I think so. I haven't looked at my cards. Yes.
All right. Who's first? Is it you first or me first?
Oh, it's me first.
Oh, darn it. So how much thread is on the thing?
There's 4 on here, 10 on here, 6 on here. I think we ignore this one.
All right. So you want your tech, right?
I mean, it's just my helmet.
Okay. Well, if you want it, I can just make the call for Nick Fury, and then I have the 6 damage, or I make the call for Moon Girl, and I know it says that you have to play her from your. Oh no, that's the thing. I can't make the call from her for Moon Girl. I was thinking about the Med Lab, so you can play the ally if it was in your hand. So that was the combo with Med Lab and Moon Girl, is you can just keep playing her as she was in your hand. But I'll be able to bring back Nick, draw some more cards if you want.
Yeah, that's fine. I have a Nick, but I think I'll just pitch him to play this Press the Advantage if I hit him with Psylocke.
Yeah. Well, here, do you want to see? Let's see what we have for damage. Do you want to see what you have for damage?
I have 6, 7.
Because I can just flip the tiny and start going to town.
So you'd have to have 18 damage.
Well, I have 8, 9, 10. I could probably. I already have 8 with the pinpoint strike.
Oh, and then I got 2 from Psylocke, right? So what does that give me? 9. So you'd need 16. You might be close.
I'm very close. Let me see. I'll use some girl action. Nope, and nope. All right. So what I'm going to do first is I'll make the call for Nick. And for 4, actually.
I'm going to quick answer Dom's question while you're thinking. Lorcana comes out August 18th in retail, in local game stores. And I think September 1st. I can't remember the exact day in September in like big box stores. So they're giving it about 2 weeks in small stores, which is very nice of them.
Yeah, so I drew into not much, but I have another make the call, and I could bring Nick Fury twice. Wait, no, he doesn't have retaliate, right?
Who doesn't have retaliate?
Oh wait, activate. Yeah, I could use Nick Fury 3 times. All right, let's do it.
Well, I got to go first, right?
Oh yeah, sorry.
So we're going to ignore this tech theft. I don't care about my helmet, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to hit him for 2 with Psylocke. 1 and then 1. That will confuse him. Then I'm going to sucker punch him with a pressing the advantage. I'm just going to use my Nick Fury.
Okay.
So I hit him for +1 with my Hone Technique. So that brings him to 20. And I draw a card, which is a pressing the advantage. So I will hit him for 3. Nice. I love that combo card is working.
Yeah.
And draw. Oh, and it's an army of ants. Oh, as Steve would say. Oh. I will punch him for 3 to bring him to 14.
Oh, he's dead.
I will flip down. I will remove a threat from the tech theft. I will use my team building exercise to call on my army of ants, just like we planned, boys. And then I'll hit him with each one. He goes to 12. It's all you.
All right. Well, let's do the finishing blows. I'm going to flip to tiny form. Nick is going to punch for 2, 4, and 6, getting rid of all the command teams. And then I'm going to make the call with a pin particle, so I'll get to draw another card. It's another make the call and a double meditation. So bring back Nicky McNick, comes in, deals 6 damage.
Woo!
I'll
4
draw
plus 2.
I'll draw a card. I'll draw a card with the mansion. It's an Ironheart, and then I'll go 1, 2, 3, and pinpoint strike him for the finish.
Oh, nice. You had the pinpoint strike too. Yeah,
So,
it's funny that recursion has just become ridiculous, you know, and you can do it from alter ego. So it almost makes anybody be able to play an alter ego.
certain heal. I think especially the Professor Wasp, especially because of that girl.
Right, that's
recursion.
true. Yeah, because all those cards you can bring back, right?
Correct. So you get double activations on Professor X. You get double activations on Moon Girl. Like, and the Med Lab, I should have maybe put 2 in my deck to be able to make sure I get one. Because after an ally is defeated by consequential damage, you can technically, so you put in Professor X, and then you drew him, and then he can remove 9 threat on his own. So I wasn't playing with the Get Readies, but I could have added the Get Readies with the command teams. Now, I did give you a lot of extra cards in the beginning, so kind of slowing my deck down, but it worked beautifully, right?
Yeah.
45 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting, right? This is a villain that doesn't come at you too fast other than the spells, and then we stunned and confused, so we completely stopped him from trying to do what he wants to do.
Yeah.
Which, you know, I feel like, I'll say you obviously were a little bit ahead of the curve in the beginning with making videos and everything, but like, we used to focus on how do you stop this villain, right? Now it's like we almost say, how can we make our part harder?
Yes.
So we get our own butts kicked more often. But it is interesting just recognizing what the villain's trying to do and then keeping them from doing it, you know?
I know it makes a big difference in your play and what you're trying to do.
But, you know, heroes like this, that when things come at you really quick, it can make something like her power not seem as good. If it's a villain where going to alter ego can be really detrimental, or where, you know, it's coming at you so fast, you have to deal with certain things quickly. I mean, even a Claw is of that type. I think he's pretty survivable because you could get enough things out to deal with the stuff, but
yeah,
he has that tendency, right? And so we've seen some of those things. Thank you, Yoda's Hut. Says, well done.
Yeah, I really like it. Like, I realized in my I was just rewatching my Wolverine stuff before posting it because I did all the 6 games, and then I did that Jubilee recursion thing, and I kind of messed up a little bit on the Med Lab. It wouldn't have mattered too much because I was just playing Rhino with the Wrecking Crew, so it's just because it's leadership. You know, I was like, and it was fun because the whole thematic is where's Jubilee.
Yeah.
Where's Jubilee? Right. I'm like, I'm dealing 0 damage with Wolverine. I am just going, where's Jubilee? Find her. She's at the mall running around. She's a teenager. I thought thematically.
Right, because you can play her, recur her, right? Like, you can keep bringing her back, and every time she's adding +2. It's like cumulative. That's the idea with it, correct?
More or less, yeah. But I was playing like, I call it training wheels. So Wolverine's just training Jubilee to take out villains.
Yeah.
So I wasn't even attacking with Wolverine. I was just like, all right, I'll get the +2 and just using her with the best you can do with her is 18 damage in a turn.
Gotcha.
So
with her. Wait,
just,
so do we run into this whole thing where she gets +2 attack, she leaves play, she comes back in?
No.
She's still at +2, correct?
Yeah, it's one of my I didn't like Last Stand in the beginning. I was like, it's so dumb, and now I love it. It's ever since I started experimenting with Last Stand with
especially recursion where you're holding a make the call, it gets them out extra damage beyond what they would do by activating again, right?
Exactly. So then you can play off of that. So the whole thing was fun, but I think my favorite Wolverine deck was I think that Minion Collector was just insane. Where I think turn 1 I get Death Strike. And then
is it up or you've just filmed
it? I'm uploading there. I'm just kind of making sure I didn't make like super big mistakes, and then
no, that's fine. I just wasn't sure if it was something I could watch or people could watch.
You'll be able to watch it later today. Yeah. So 6 games. I think it lasts about 2.5 hours. I think the Justice one was the longest one, like 25 minutes, but I think it was just like shadows turn 1 and this, and my shadows of me and shadows was just insane. Like between the French and the English version, I think I saw it 10 or 11 times.
In how many games?
12.
Wait, how did you do 12 games? Did I miss it?
No, I do the same. I do the video in English, and then I'll just restart, and I'll do it the same game but in French.
But there's 5 aspects?
No.
Oh, because some of them were losses. Yeah.
No. There's 3 aggressive.
Oh.
I proposed 2 aggressive strategies, so I show 3 aggressive strategies.
Yeah. Got it.
So, yeah, but that minion one is just insane. Final turn, I have 9 minions in front of me, and I got Green Goblin, and I flip Green Goblin, and I even take the 7 extra encounter cards. And just like Berserker Barrage, and then gets heal right back up, and then just slash Berserker Barrage everything. And the math was just beautiful. It's the second game in the thing.
That's first awesome.
Game, oh man, it was super fun. I love playing Wolverine. I was like,
did you play any Bring It decks at the con?
No, I stayed. I didn't this time.
They're kind of tough though. Like One Stop Co-op Shop, Peter and Terrence there, they were talking about how like there's a lot of downtime. There can be a lot of downtime in the game. So multiplayer games are tricky. And I was saying how we tend to say, what are the priorities? Talk through everything, take actions on other people's turn. So you feel mostly engaged, right? But I do have to agree with them. Like Peter was talking about somebody playing a Nova deck against Ultron. And it's like, you do just sit there while that person is like, okay, I'm going to draw another card or 2 more cards. And I'm going to recur this and I get more. And so if you play the Draw Your Life, the Party Thors, even the minion collecting decks, where you're drawing a lot of cards, even a Doctor Strange, you will give other players downtime in a 3 and 4 player game. That is true.
Even in my solo play, I think in my Wolverine minion collector, because the Bring It and his Berserker Frenzy doubles the card draw. So I think at one point I had 20, 25 cards.
Every time you're getting hit, you're drawing a card. And then you're playing Bring It. And if you don't have a Bring It, odds are you'll draw into one.
You'll draw into one. Like 23 cards with Wolverine. You're like, all right, what are we doing?
It's a lot. It's almost like you set the play stuff and see what happens, you know?
Oh, and you can just turn on the violence, man. This is it's fun. Like I said, it's fun 1 or 2 times. And then after that, it kind of gets old a little bit. But I played a Nova deck where I called it a Wild Ride Nova deck. And it was mostly, I was playing with the civilians, the civilian card, the resource that I know.
You're calling it Wild Ride because you were playing wild symbols?
A lot of like half the deck was wild symbols. And
it's interesting with him. I know you're going to say the other thing, but like a card like Resourceful, is that the one that can go on the table?
Yeah.
I like that card in him, but I still really only play 1 of.
I put 3.
I mean, in your deck, you're going to, right? But I don't know that I want 3 in all of his like he can only trigger so many wild cards in a turn, you know? So I still like to have the 1 and I'll use it when I can. Otherwise, I could certainly go to 2. I don't know that I would necessarily use 3 to be efficient. Anyway, keep going.
So the strategy with that one was I had not a symbiote. I had a reinforced suit for Ms. Marvel, and I had a reinforced suit for Gamora. So I was using Gamora to find the events and then using Ms. Marvel to bring him back.
Hold on. Where are you getting Gamora from?
Dude, make the call. Come on.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So come on.
Yeah.
We just played it.
I know.
And then she just comes right back and then she finds the events. And then, it led into these insane Nova turns where we were like, we're losing. Wait, guys. Check this out. And then
Gamora could get the event out of your deck, and then Miss Marvel lets you recur it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then with a couple of command teams, you bring back Miss Marvel. She does the thing, and I didn't even cheat the fact that I played with she has to take a damage to be able to recur the event. So if I'm playing Go for Champions, I can't recur any events with her.
Gotcha. Which may change whenever they give us this ruling, which is soon, right? Is all we're told.
Yeah, but again, I still won't play it as oh, she never takes the damage and you can just do it infinite. No.
They told it right. Was that last March that we interviewed Boggs and Caleb, or was it
Yeah, that was a year ago.
okay? And they were working on it.
Yes.
So it just my point is not to say they're slow. My point is to say that's how long it takes to wade through all those rulings, right?
Yeah.
Like that's just what happens in a card game.
Yeah, because it's a huge FAQ they're doing. So it's
Right.
not just, oh, here, just do this in the meantime. It's like I think they're really taking the time to think about what they're doing. And like I think what was he what how did you weren't there when he talked about it. He's like he wanted to make sure that it's more intuitive. I think they want to bring down that over complexity of it. Like sometimes where we overanalyze something and we overthink something.
Sure.
And so they want to bring that down to like, look, if this card has this effect and it works with that, I'll mention like War Machine's Armored Gauntlets. It says to generate one for wild, but now it just says exhausted. So it doesn't. It just says to exhaust the gauntlet to generate a thing. So technically, you could generate an ammo counter
and gain an ammo counter, right?
And gain an ammo counter, but dude, so that's what they're referring to. We're going to try to streamline this.
Well, I wonder what you mean by saying they're going to, because you'd have to then errata that card. You'd have to make it say exhaust this when you play an event, which is more intuitive, but not for people picking up the pack.
Really? If it's
right
for me, when the way I read it is like generate a thing for an event.
But how you're saying they're going to make it more intuitive, but what are they going to make for a ruling for that?
I don't know.
Generate can only generate. You know what I'm saying?
You're paying for a card. Yeah, but like I said,
I agree with you. It makes sense intuitively what they want the gauntlet to do is pay for a weapon, but the card doesn't say that. You know what I mean? It's like the same as the back of War Machine. They'd have to say all actions can only be done once. You know what I mean?
Yes, because that's just like, oh, I'll just shuffle all my cards back in. Like,
but something they could simplify. I don't actually know what the rule is on something like this. So, do you resolve one sentence at a time? Stop, or do you resolve the entire ability? Stop.
I think it's not this. I don't think it was meant for the sentence. So the way I see this one, and I talked about this one, and when I did my video, I was like, okay, so if you haven't done this, then do the other thing.
Right. So, it's kind of an implied then if you have no spell environments in place. So this is not saying remove one, 3 of them trigger on you. Now there's none left. Now get another one.
No, it's exactly. You didn't do the first part, then do.
Yeah.
Then
so that's not taking it one sentence at a time. That's taking it as a whole thought, right?
Exactly.
And I agree. So that's where they could make things more intuitive. They could just say now cards are resolved as an entire thought. Don't go one sentence at a time.
Until they print something and it just messes everything up.
Yeah, it's true. It's hard. It's hard to do a card game and you don't have a lot of staff. Like it's important for people to realize that.
Yeah.
Because people will look at other CCGs and they'll be like, but they're doing it. And it's like, yeah, but I mean, how many people do you think Wizards has working on Magic? 250?
If not, and then probably 1,000 people playtesting, right?
Right. So I mean, it's just so much easier than 2 people plus whoever's around.
Yeah, I think Jay says he talks about the rules. Talks about Jay. Then only triggers only if what before it is valid.
Then only triggers only if what before is valid. Yeah, this one doesn't have a then in it. So we're left to figure out, which it is. And then there's the whole, like, everything in front of the arrow has to happen.
That I agree. So that I think
that's stuff.
Because that's part of the cost, right?
And then there's take versus deal, which I need a mnemonic to remember which is take and which is. Oh, I have a quick question for you. I was watching somebody play today, Longship Gaming. If I do leading blow and I hit somebody with a tough, do I ready? Because it says then if it dealt damage, but does it deal damage?
No, because tough would when something would take.
But is there a difference between deal and take? Because it doesn't say take; it says deal. And I just can't remember which is which. To me, deal would be I am dealing the damage, but you are not taking any damage.
Oh man, it's one of those words.
So I just wasn't sure if leading blow would let you ready. And again, that was not a thing on Longship Gaming. That was just a rules question in general. Is trying to remember deal and take.
Who's Longship again? I forget.
I don't know their first name.
No, I met Marvel Champions XB. He's another guy that came
Yeah.
in.
Yeah, he played Rocket yesterday.
Yeah,
Put that
exactly.
video
So
up.
I try to
Awesome.
help the community when I find some people out. Just like, hey, I'll go give him a sub and just be chill.
Yeah, no, I was watching the Marvel Champions XP, and like, I know he doesn't like Rocket. You know, he did a pretty low review of Rocket and everything. But watch him play, like, just noticing little things, like you really have to be intricate with Rocket. I think
Yeah.
that's where he can be frustrating, right? Like people struggle with Miss Marvel, even still, they don't see that. So it's like he has the gun out, but he didn't want to fire the gun because it was like, oh, he couldn't. He was fighting Collector 2. It's like, I don't really want to deal damage, but then he flips to alter ego, and that's like, oh, now I have a full gun, so I don't want to get rid of it. But had he fired it 2 turns in a row, it would have a counter, so you scrap it to draw more cards. So it's like you're pinging a little bit of damage, and then later you're turning it back into the cards you got, right? And so it's like seeing some of those little interactions, which are tough to see. They're like long-term interactions instead of tactical ones. And you really... with Rocket, like you want to flip down and scrap something, even if you lose counters. In my mind,
exactly, and I think that's one of the parts that where the games where people have their own like perceptions of things, and I think it comes down to how they approach that character. Because if you're approaching it like that's, I think that's the main issue is people try to approach the game in a similar manner for every character.
Sure,
but every character has their own little special thing, which is what makes the game keep being interesting after like thousands of plays, is because every hero does things a little differently. And once you start figuring these out, then each character has their own uniqueness that makes them special and make them fun to play. Anyway, hey, don't you have to leave? It's 9:40.
I do have to leave. Yeah.
All right. So this was great though. It was a great morning for Champions.
That was so fun. It was not difficult, but we just had fun, right?
And you played on Expert, right?
It was on Expert, yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah, nothing slow. I mean, Shadows came late, and those side schemes that came out were nothing. We got honestly getting Mastermind every time there was a side scheme that had already triggered its ability was like, cool, have some more threat. Like it didn't matter. So, and then we just stunned and confused the life out of him.
Yeah.
And then I always had your blockers because you didn't need them.
Exactly. So yeah, that was pretty fun. So it was a good way to do it.
I don't know. So Yoda Stream is asking me when my next stream will be. I don't know. This week is funny in terms of days. I'm actually at the portal several nights this week, so that's going to be trickier. We're doing a My Hero tournament tomorrow night, a provisional. So I'm there, and then I'm there tonight as well. So I want to do a solo game stream at some point because I did one of those, but this week might not actually be the best week for it unless I do it Friday. So I don't know when we're going to play Champions again, but maybe Thursday night.
So what I can offer is I'll probably have a game night where I'm just inviting people to play with me off of Marvel Champions Playtime. Okay. And then I'll live stream that when that maybe tomorrow night, I believe.
Okay.
Maybe tonight or tomorrow. So.
Awesome. We shall say a goodbye because I do have to go.
All right.
Goodbye, everybody. Until next time, I'm the Brandt.
And I'm Steve.
And man, Champions is so fun. It was just so fun. That was not a challenge. That was just a fun game.
It was. It was fun.
Awesome. Ant Man and the Wasp, Quantum Mania. Here we go.
Boom.
Bye, everybody. Until next time, we hope you step into the portal. Have a good day and a good week.
Ciao, ciao.